his home here?
I come to close my business here in this kingdom, since, as you know, I no longer walk with hands.
No?
It is a sad thing for us.
It saddens my heart, but my wife needs me there in her land managing them. To that note, my business is closed and finished, but I have one piece of business left that I hope you can help me with.
Well, if it is the right and proper thing, I see no problem with it. What is your business?
I have a squire left who cannot come with me. He has his own lands and family here that he must attend. And I was hoping that he could perhaps serve you in these lands.
Has he served the kingdom?
He has served the kingdom. He's first and foremost in battle and leading your men. He's the shield of the weak.
That is a very worthy gentleman. Yes, I can see this.
In that case, Your Majesty, I beg a boon.
If it is a right and proper thing,
I ask that you take my squire, Katsuo, and elevate him to the order of chivalry.
Knights and Masters of Arms of the Society, present yourselves to their majesties.
is he worthy of the accolade that you've heard?
Aye.
Their majesties summon Toyaoka Katsuo into their presence.
Is there a royal peer to attest to Katsuo's nobility?
I, Countess Ellis, 7th Queen of Northshield, will attest to his nobility. Yeah. I have had the deep pleasure of knowing Katsuo for a very long time, almost as long as he has been in this society. I have watched him grow, struggle, and learn, but in that time he has never given up. It has been hard, but he has carried on and has brought him here to this moment. To be a knight is to be many things. Natural talent has won him much respect on the battlefield, but he is also kind, encouraging, and indignant in the face of injustice. Katsuo has a fierce loyalty to his kingdom and to greater extents to his local region. I was highly impressed on his sense of responsibility to take on the mantle of leadership when Hagen moved away. He is generous to a fault, freely giving of his time, teaching, taking people to events and practices, sharing his knowledge and skills with others, not just those who are close to him, but to anyone who asks for his help. If anything is most true about Katsuo, it is that he values the contributions of others. Not only is he very welcoming to newcomers, he gets excited about their interests and helps them make connections, encouraging the geek. Once they are on their way, it doesn't stop there. I don't think I've ever met anyone who gets so excited to see others succeed and flourish. A few years ago, here was this kid I barely knew, all excited about what a queen I would be, and wouldn't it be awesome? I thought to myself, how do you know? And what do you see that I can't see? Thankfully, I was also caught up in his enthusiasm, and the rest, as we say, is history. Your Majesties, Katsuo is one of the noblest hearts in Northshield. I commend him to you.
Is there a master or mistress of the Solomon to speak of Katsuo's service?
I would speak to Lord Katsuo. I, Julio the Bond, Master of the Pelican, have known Katsuo as one of the first people to ever cross swords with him and know him in our Shire of Holder Hill when we first started. I don't think I can match the grace and words for excellency, but I can say that he has a spirit of service unlike any other in society. He has learned to help others, not only himself, his group, everyone around him. He even knows how to smooth relations between different groups across the kingdom. He is truly worthy of your attention.
Sorry.
Is there a master or mistress of the laurel to speak for his talents?
I being the Lord, will speak for him. As known Katsuo over these last years, it has been a joy to see him experience, explore, dabble, and otherwise glory in the arts. Whether it's metalwork or anything else he turns his hand to, he does so with the joy and excitement that is wonderful to watch. And moreover, as Ellis has pointed out, this joy is not just for himself. It is not just for his lovely lady. It is for anyone that he can encourage, that he can lead, that he can help make connections to make their game better, to make their arts grow. Everywhere he goes, he is a guiding hand and a light to the arts.
Thank you.
Is there a member of the populace who speaks of Katsuo's qualities as here?
Majesties, noble guests of North Shield, my name is William Villiers, and I will proudly speak on behalf of the populace of North Shield for Katsuo. It is a task that I do not lightly undertake, for no matter what I say, my words will be nothing in comparison to the deeds that he does. I am but a banner flowing in the divine wind of his actions and his deeds. What is a knight? We have already heard eloquently put, and more will speak on this subject later. But it takes more than merely prowess at arms. It takes these duties of honor and chivalry and loyalty. And Katsuo is one of the most loyal people that I have ever had the privilege to know. Loyalty was the watchword of the samurai, and he is one of their descendants, the honorable descendant of honorable ancestors. Katsuo is loyal to his lady wife. He is loyal to the young family they are starting. He's loyal to his friends, of whom many of us can proudly be counted. He's loyal to his brothers in arms, loyal to his knight that he serves proudly, loyal to the men at arms who proudly serve him. He's loyal to the crown, loyal to the kingdom of North Shield, and in so doing, loyal to us, the populace of North Shield. In the old days, samurai were considered to be of the greatest virtue they could have was this loyalty. There was once a samurai who was entrusted with a precious scroll by his lord. And he said, if anything else happens, you guard this scroll with your life. Loyalty until death. A few days later, the estate where the Lord lived burnt down. And as the next day when the Lord came back to survey the damage, he looked through the charred remains, and there in the burnt out ruins was the samurai, dead. When he knew he could not escape the inferno, he committed seppuku in order to hide the scroll within his own body and so preserve it for his master. Loyalty until death. And Katsuo is a worthy successor to this, the honorable descendant of honorable ancestors. And a word briefly of his martial prowess, for that is the byword of a knight. All here have seen his skill with a spear, with a great sword. This is a man who stands tall, figuratively speaking, against the enemies of North Shield wherever they are found, whether on local fields or whether he goes to faraway lands. When the banner of North Shield marches, he follows behind it. And so, if he were to stand side by side with these samurai of the past, if he were to be on the island with Musashi, or storm the gates of a castle with Hideyoshi, were he to stand with the samurai of legend in their great prowess and great company, he would not be ashamed, for he is a worthy successor to them. He is the honorable ancestor of honorable descendant of honorable ancestors. And so I merely wish to conclude by saying that I, but a humble voice of the people of North Shield, say yes, yes, 100 times yes, we will stand for Katsuo because we know he will stand for us.
Thank you. Right mindful of your prowess on the field,
And responsive to the wishes of your peers.
we are minded to make you a knight.
Know that to wear the belt and chain of the knight is to hold a sacred trust.
That the obligations of knighthood will demand your efforts every moment of your life.
A knight must recognize that the sword of justice can be a terrible thing. So humility and mercy must temper.
A knight must remain loyal to the people and the ideas he chooses to live by.
A knight must love his kingdom and fulfill most faithfully his feudal duties.
A knight must have the courage to sacrifice for the precepts and people he values.
A knight must have faith in their beliefs, while never diminishing the beliefs of others.
A knight values the contributions of others, according them the renown rightfully earned.
A knight must be generous, contrary to the natural tendency towards gluttony.
A knight recognizes the true nobility arises from the journey, not the destination.
Seek to emulate all of this as sincerely as possible.
Not for personal gain, but because it is right.
Do not restrict your explorations to a small world,
But seek to infuse every aspect of your life with these qualities.
so you should succeed in any tiny measure.
Then you will be well remembered for your quality and virtue.
Knowing all this, do you desire to accept elevation into the knighthood?
Then swear guilty to the crown of Northshield. I do swear fealty and to homage to the crown of Northshield, to be ever a good knight of truth, reverent and generous.
We accept your gifts of fealty and homage, and rely on you to advise us wisely. As you light the way for North Shield, with honor and charity, we will act towards you respectfully in all things, protecting you with our aid and rewarding you with your love. But only strength fail you, and the world will turn against you. Him who break the solemn oath. Is there a sword? Your Majesty, there are swords. One edge cuts the truth. One edge to administer justice. And a scabbard to counsel mercy.
Is there a belt?
Is there a belt?
The knight's white belt symbolizes purity and chastity that a knight must reign in his body, avoiding the scandals of the body, gluttony, sloth, lechery, purity of purpose, and a new beginning or rebirth to begin again the steps to the path of chivalry.
Take this belt. I know who does this. Are there any other belts?
Aye, Your Majesty. As I once was a Northshield knight, now you will be standing among them. And since I no longer walk these lands, I give you my Northshield belt. And as you have found since I've left, it's a big job.
let your behavior and deeds charge this, the symbol of knighthood, with as great a reverence and